The following is a Xander Brand podcast. All thoughts, actions, opinions, and/or endorsements are those of the person or persons in this podcast.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Full Force. We're actually back with this finally, after doing 2 episodes and then taking a break. But we're here. We are joined by, or I am joined by Dragsaw here. We're just gonna kinda
Why am I tied up?
What?
Why am I tied up?
You're tied up. What? Oh, I get it now. Sorry, I'm a little slow. It's okay.
I was told this was the Super Mega Cast. What's this?
But all jokes aside, Drake has actually joined us at the Xander Brand, so I figured why not have him on as a guest?
Yeah.
Why not have him on as a guest? Like, shoot the
Yeah,
crap, man. Yeah. So, what have you been doing recently?
The heckin' crap.
Yeah. What have you been doing recently?
Well, recently, in the past hour, I've been fiddling with Zoom and trying to figure out how it works to get on this podcast. That's what I've been doing very recently. But for real, I've been working on a couple of series for my own channel that I'm working on getting funding for and building a set for. The first of them is like a game show series. That's all I want to disclose about that, really. It's a game show series. And the other one is, show that is kind of just on the back burner right now because it's more of a big project. And I'm also working on a proof of concept for another thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And he's also, might add, he's also helping out here at the Xander Brand, like I said before.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I'm doing that.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff here.
Getting the shovel.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun thing to do. I hadn't announced that one yet, but yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and announce everything.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. We have actually.
Also, the social security number is
Whoa. But no, we've had.
That's the end of the podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed this.
Oh man, I miss doing 2-person podcasts, which is gonna lead into another thing. But anyway, so we actually here we have Dragsaw now. Obviously, we have Aiden Dunn, who stayed on from the breakfast brunch. Logan could not join us. But we are actually. Yeah, it does, but it's okay. And then so basically, Aiden's gonna be sticking around to join me on future episodes of this podcast because it is so hard to do a single-person podcast.
Okay.
You do not realize how hard it is to do a single-person podcast. I'm like, well, what do I talk about now? What? I've missed doing this.
Yeah,
I used to do a multi-person podcast, and then I went to this.
Yeah, I think everybody in this creative field has tried to do a podcast at some point. Some of them failed. I tried to do one that lasted 2 episodes. I also am a fan of the delay between our calls, so we're gonna be slightly interrupting each other. It's like a CNN debate or something.
Okay, there was a bit of an audio issue there. I just heard and it was like, ow! Yeah. I saw this thing on TikTok the other day that was like, use this sound for, because I know you haven't started classes yet, but use this sound for classes on Zoom, and it was like the robotic noise, and it was really funny. It was like, I might actually do that. I've convinced my teachers that my camera's broken, so I can just sleep during class.
School hasn't started for me yet. School starts tomorrow for me, and I don't know what's going on with it, but starts tomorrow for me, so last minute panic will probably set in. That's when I'll learn. What?
Are you doing it remotely or are you doing it physically?
We're doing a hybrid, which means that for the first 2 days of the week, well, it's the first 3 days actually, and then the last 2 days it's in person.
So you're doing half the people one day, half the people the other day? That type scenario?
Yeah.
We were gonna do that, but then our superintendent.
The school that I'm going at has classes that like alternate. So like instead of like the school that we went to, which was like one semester after the other, and they were two separate classes. This school
you have
it alternates the days.
Yeah,
and
you have 8 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that's a lot of schools actually do that, and we're like one of the only places that actually does.
I think it's better for like retaining the information, and also you get like an extra day to work on projects in between. Like,
so I actually had that last year with my English and my AP World History, which I failed AP World History. So now I'm stuck in a class full of freshmen in regular World History. It's great. But I had that with AP World and English, and oh my gosh, I hated it so much. Honestly, I think for most classes, it's actually more beneficial to do it. Especially because like the school system, and it shouldn't be.
I'm sure this is a very interesting podcast for everyone to listen to. They're talking about classes that only we know.
No, I'm about to like drop some like really cool stuff really quickly. So like based on the way that like the school system works is it's based on, standardized testing. That's what they do. Not that it should, but that's the way it is. So to do the 4 classes a semester thing, it actually fits the standardized testing better because you only have to think about 4 different classes going into standardized testing. So that's the only positive really. And like you said, you get like 2 days to do if you do the 8 classes. You get 2 days to do, but I don't know. They also are a lot stricter on like deadlines and stuff then, because like they don't really have a lot of time to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, I suppose it's somewhat beneficial.
I don't know. I'll have to start when I start doing classes, I guess, which is tomorrow. All right. So what have you been up to, though?
I recently moved as well.
I'm turning this around. It's my show now.
Yeah, I guess it is. No, I recently moved as well, and I've been trying to get the Xander Brand stuff actually working, which has pretty much consisted most of my time. I've been in school for 4 weeks. Well, no, I think it was like 4 weeks now. So I've been doing school, trying to get the Xander Brand, trying to get a job, trying to like take care of things around my house that I have to take care of, like mowing my yard and stuff like that. Like getting, because I mean we recently moved, like I said.
How relatable.
Whenever we moved, it like.
This is hashtag relatable.
Whenever we moved, like it was like I think we got in like the week before my school started, so I was like, cool, I'm in now, I'm good for that. But like now I have to spend my afternoons like taking care of small things here and there. Then I get on, take care of Xander Brand stuff, which is incredibly hectic. And then by the time I go to bed at night, it's just like so much. And I cannot wait until I get a job. I cannot wait to see how that's going to turn out, trying to balance all 3 at once. That's going to be...
Hey guys, today we're literally going out and getting a job. Did you see that video of those rich kids? They went into like a restaurant. Like, we've been working for like an hour, and it's really cool. Like, it's really fun. I like it. I like helping these people out. Did you see that? It was like last year or something.
No, I didn't.
Went around.
That's hilarious. That reminds me.
They were all hyped out. Like, they were like, they were in like I think it was like a McDonald's or something.
That is funny. That reminds me of this clip from the Ellen DeGeneres show. The Ellen DeGeneres show. I hate her. She sucks. But it was Bill Gates, and he was trying to guess like grocery store prices, and he was like, "Oh, a box of rice, like $20, and people were like, "What is wrong with you?" He said $20 for like a box of rice or something. And people are like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Like, and it just kind of goes to show.
Just for like 50-year-old mothers. Yeah.
And it goes to
Yeah.
but the thing is, it goes to show like kind of how the billionaire mindset works whenever you're not focused on day-to-day things like that. He doesn't go grocery. Do you think he goes grocery shopping? No, he has people that does that for him.
Look, man, there's a lot of struggles to being a billionaire, all right? It's really hard to find a wallet in my money size because because most of them won't fold right. It's really hard to find. I had to get one custom made for me to fit all my money. Do you think rich people have like sizes for wallets, like how like shirts and pants? It's hard finding a wallet in my size.
I would imagine that is a thing, but like most of them keep them on like banks, right? Like, and they have like multiple. Because I remember learning about this in civics. Like, it's stupid to have like all that money in one bank because like if anything happens, you only have like I don't know what the FDIC thing is anymore, but it was like
$250,000 is how much you can insure.
Exactly. So a lot of people will do like multiple banks. Can you imagine how many banks Bill Gates banks with?
And that also helps with money laundering. Like if they can just transfer it to other banks to get rid of where the money came from.
Yeah.
Get rid of where it was spent to.
Yeah.
What's he worth?
Let me look it up. That's a good thing to look up. Oh, I have to use my phone. I can't minimize Zoom while I'm recording. That is fun.
That's good design, Zoom. Keep it up. Keep up the Zoom and Zoomy.
No, I think they do that because like it would take like too many computer resources. He's worth 115 billion. But you also have to realize
115 billion. So that's
how much would you estimate that's
250 grand in each bank. That's like.
But that's
like 4,000.
But
115 times 4 is 460, and then so that's like.
Well, seeing
460,000 banks.
Well, the thing is, though, like some of that is assets. Some of that's not like hard cash. Like a good portion of that's not hard cash.
I know. It's like not cold hard cash.
Like
I like it when people like, see like billion. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting here for a sec, but like,
you're fine.
What's the CEO of Twitter? Jack,
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Stauber.
Jack Dorsey, I think.
Yeah, donated like $1 billion to coronavirus research. I'm sorry, I just killed monetization, but for coronavirus research, and people were like, "You could have donated more." Like, he's not selling Twitter to donate 100% of his.
Yeah, he's worth
I didn't understand that net worth
billion.
Includes like your
Yeah, and
donating $1 billion of that is like is already like 1/7 of his entire worth.
Right. Look at guys like Bezos. Look at guys like Bezos who don't donate anything.
Bill Bezos. I said Bill Bezos.
That's great.
Bezos. You know he made. He could afford. Someone on Twitter did this math, and I retweeted it. But he could afford to pay every single Amazon employee $100,000 right now, every single one, and he'd have just as much money as he had before lockdown started 6 months ago.
Yes, I saw that, and I was like, "Holy crap!" The thing is, he runs them, and the thing.
Yeah, I've got it right here. So there's 876,000 Amazon employees, and $105,000 bonus. Let me fit in the chat. I hope you guys are doing this audio-only commentary, by the way, where you can't see anything that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Here we go. 876,000 employees, $100,000, $105,000, but
dang,
that's $876 million.
Yeah,
and that's how much he made in 6 months.
He makes a lot of money off of a monopoly. Like essentially, that's what
and
his whole business model is.
Protesting, like, yeah.
It's a monopoly, and
were you gonna go to eBay to buy stuff? Like, come on, everyone uses Amazon because it's so ubiquitous.
Yeah, the thing is, Amazon has like you were making the point, and it's probably going to be cut out because audio crapped out there. But you were making the point
Yeah,
that
it's fine.
Amazon stuff is like probably the easiest, the fastest. They have so many packages that provide the experience
Yeah,
for. So like honestly, it's really
I ordered
hard.
some acoustic foam earlier from Amazon. Some acoustic
Yeah.
on the green screen.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper there. It was more convenient and it was coming soon. So,
Yeah,
like, I
it's
say this like I'm in protest of, like, Geos, and I just use Amazon the other day. Like,
oh yeah, 1,000%. Like if I could cut out everything that I don't stand for, like it would be really hard to do that because there's tons of stuff out there.
yeah,
Like most of most of the clothes that people wear, and they don't realize this, come from sweatshops. Like in China, there's plenty of
yeah,
like it's ridiculous. It's so hard to get resources that are
yeah,
honest. It's so hard to get resources that are honest and services that are honest. It's so hard because it just doesn't.
yeah, that are ethically made. Yeah, it's hard to get. It's hard to get those products that are ethically made in like a you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
while also being economical.
yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. It's really hard to make things work. I mean, I guess it's just the way the world works. It shouldn't be that way, but hopefully in years later, hopefully
I
like
don't think it has to work this way.
I think eventually things will get better. Eventually. Eventually.
Yeah,
If we live long enough, things will get better.
CNN, I think, or one of those websites, what they said was like, we have like 18 months until the environment is forever, or not, maybe not ruined, but like it's offset to a point where we can't reverse it.
Yeah,
I'll try and find that article so what I'm talking about.
there's plenty of things like that, and there's definitely
It's
a
from
point.
BBC News. Hang on.
Oh, BBC's nice. BBC's a nice, close center source. I think BBC's like one of those that like leans left, but like they're kind of centered. Yeah, there's
Yes.
like a lot of studies. I had seen this episode of Adam Ruins Everything where he had made the point like
Yeah.
people, which he backs with sources. Although I know the show gets a lot of crap for like inaccuracies and stuff like, but he does back with a lot of sources. There's scientists that
Yeah.
say that we've already reached the tipping point, like that climate change is not going to that there's
Yeah.
it's not fixable at this point, which really sucks, right? Like there's nothing that we can do because people have already screwed it up for us. Like the older generations already
Yeah.
screwed it up without knowing anything about it. And then there's this thing like, oh, are we going to discover another planet before climate change takes over? Like another livable planet? Are we going to come up with another sustainable way of life? And it's like, yeah, but let's focus on our current planet because we can't just go and screw up another planet. Like, then we don't have any plan B options. We need to educate people on.
Look, man. When did Trump take us out of the Paris Climate Exchange? Do you know what that is?
Oh, yes.
When
That's
Trump,
crazy.
president, take us out of the Paris Climate Exchange?
It was it was sometime last year, I think, but it went into effect this year, I believe. And it's insane. I don't know how he.
It was in 2017. 2017 apparently.
Okay, well, it was 2017, and it took effect this year, I think, because like you have to like there's like the expiration date or whatever.
November 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It is crazy. How
it's wild, dude. It's wacky.
No, I just don't know how somebody can be so irresponsible. How somebody can be so irresponsible and then still has like supporters that are like, huh, Trump 2020 because he hasn't already screwed up the America enough. What about those ads that are like, this is what'll happen in Joe Biden's America. This is Trump's
like it
America.
when
Like,
they show footage from like the riots because of, I'm not gonna say it's entirely because of Trump, but the raw motivation behind it relates to being against those types of those I'm
no, it's
having
about
trouble putting the word together, but those types of like that type of living and like that type of, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's all of the like campaign stuff. It's just fear mongering. Even if you look at local stuff, like a lot of it's just fear mongering. Like you'll see, like they'll be like, "This is what'll happen in Joe Biden's America." Number one, that
Yeah.
is Trump's America. Number two, there's lots of there's a lot. It's not a black and white issue because I say that's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic that I said it's not a black and white issue. That's quite literally what it is. But it's not something
Okay.
there's a lot of gray area, you know. There's a
Yeah.
lot of gray area there
Yes.
because like there's also lots of evidence citing that there's white supremacist groups doing some of the stuff to worsen the coverage and this and that, and it's
Obviously, yeah. There's
fear.
always going to be
It's
people that take advantage of like the dissent to benefit themselves, like randomly, just raging through stores and just stealing stuff, stealing from just like shoe stores or something that are completely. There's riots that happen that aren't related to Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all that. And what I've noticed is people like to conflate them all because it makes it easier to argue like against that group and against that. It's very obvious that they're not related to it. You know?
Like I said, there's a lot of gray area there, like stuff like that. How about Antifa?
There's a lot of nuances.
How about Antifa being a terrorist organization? Like in all essence, Antifa literally means anti-fascism. Like, how fascist can you be to ban anti-fascism?
Well, I mean, just because it's in the name doesn't indicate really what it is necessarily. I think that's a bit of a straw man there, but
yeah.
I do find it ironic that organizations like the KKK and NAMBLA are not labeled as terrorist organization thing or anything similar to that.
Yeah.
And I do agree that it's ridiculous. I don't think I'm not sure how I feel about Antifa right now, like the organization itself.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I don't think what they call themselves is fully indicative of everything that they stand for, but I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it goes back to the point that you were making about the people taking advantage of the situation. Like, of course Antifa as an organization are gonna call themselves that to look better, just like the Black Lives Matter organization, calling themselves Black Lives Matter, and they're actually a like super Marxist organization.
Well, it's not all of Black Lives Matter. I gotta make it clear. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a clear
it's not all of them.
difference. There's an organization, and then there's the statement. There's like that. There's the statement, and there's the organization.
Yeah.
Nobody who is protesting is talking about the organization. Most people that are actually fighting for the cause are actually talking about the statement.
There's a statistic that came out recently. I don't know who reported this, but it was apparently 93% of protests and Black Lives Matter protests were non-violent. And yet in more of the police brutality happened and attacks happened and deaths happened when there was no violence going on. I don't know if the statistic is true or if it was made up, but since I can't find the original source of it, but I believe that there is something nefarious going on with the police, and I've seen videos of police instigating violence and initiating violence.
There's a lot of that, yeah.
I actually saw this yesterday. It was at the, I don't know, some government building. The headquarters for the Republican Party of Virginia they say that their front windows were smashed. I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link to the image, and then you can tell me what doesn't add up here. There you go. There's the link, and see if you can tell me anything that's off about that.
Yeah. Yeah. This doesn't add up at all.
Well, I mean, I would be very thankful that the rioters and protesters were nice enough to take the glass and sweep it outside.
Oh yeah.
And do that.
There is a little inside. If you look closely, there's a little bit inside. But there's
a little inside, but that's what happens when windows break at the bottom. They fall down, and then some of it breaks on the inside. But most of the audience can't see this, but most of the glass is on the outside of the doors and the windows. The inside glass is not shattered. Like, it's a lobby where there's like doors, and then there's a room, and then there's more doors. The doors on the inside weren't shattered at all, and the doors on the outside in the window, they were shattered clearly from the inside out.
Yeah. Yeah,
what this is attempting, this new sorry. They're attempting to do is they're trying to radicalize the protesters and try and act like everything protesters are to blame. Protesters are against the police. This is why Republicans are so oppressed in modern society, because we live in a society here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that a good portion of everything is just them like I said earlier, it's them fear mongering, like just like after that's happened. And if you look back in history, in American history specifically, there's a lot of that. There's like back during the long time ago during the colonization, there were like rebellions of poor white people and black people, which ironically is the same makeup of the Democratic Party, which is pretty ironic that it is now.
Yeah.
But there are people that are like they started giving poor white people more stuff just so that they could fear those people into thinking like, oh, the slaves are bad, they're bad people, we should keep them enslaved. And then if you look on once again onto like the war on drugs, there was literally a statement made by the head of the head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics at the time. He basically said that they knew what they were doing. That the whole idea was to incarcerate black people after slavery slavery was
I know what you're talking about.
After slavery was ended,
marijuana is illegal now because
well, did you hear that like federally
it's illegal because people associated it with Mexicans. And they said like they couldn't make being Mexican illegal, so they made that illegal. You know?
Yeah, and there's actually there's lots of stuff on that. If you look at back during whenever they ended back whenever slavery was ended, they made prison systems because there were, black people were free without jobs, without cars, without houses. So without anybody giving them
laws, there was that too.
Without them giving people
Jim Crow laws to bar
without
bar
giving
them from voting.
Yeah, without giving them jobs, what were black people gonna do to survive? They were gonna steal. So they started making like
That's exactly
federal prison systems just for that purpose. And it's like, what? Like, and then once again, if you look at, and I know this isn't an example of black people, but it's about indifference. If you look at post 9/11, because I was actually seeing a lot of stuff over the weekend because there was 9/11.
Yeah, recently a lot of people have talked about increasing hate crime after 9/11 to people from the Middle East in general, not even like people just from the countries from the attacks originated from, just anyone that looked different, anyone that looked like they were from the Middle East. Hate crime on that increased a lot because, well, they were radicalized and they were in the news, you know?
Yeah.
They were made out to be savages, and people were, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know what 9/11 was like. I wasn't born then, but I'd assume that people were very frenetic.
Yeah, it goes back to that fear, right? It goes back to that fear. People were afraid of people were afraid of differences because someone who was different than them allegedly orchestrated these attacks. So to simply just assume like, oh yeah, like all Muslims, all Arabs, they're bad. No, there were people that were Muslim and Arab and some of the other Middle Eastern religions. They were like, oh yeah, well we fought. We literally.
My dad's coming real quick.
All right, you're good.
He's gone. All right.
But yeah, so they said that like they're like, oh well, not all these people are bad. They literally fought in there were firefighters that were from these religions that fought in 9/11, fought the fires trying to save people. People were literally saving people, but then right after were so severely disrespected because people feared their differences. Which is what all of everything going on right now. Which it's funny. I feel like somebody made this point on a podcast I was listening to. I feel like all white people keep referring to everything going on as everything going on, but no, everything going on right now.
Everything going on right now. Look, man.
Everything going on right now.
You haven't considered everything going on right now.
Everything going on right now stems from indifference. Stems from people being fearful of the differences between people. And like I said, it goes back to the fear mongering too. It makes it worse whenever it makes it worse whenever your president goes on TV and is like, oh, they want to get rid of cops. They want to do this. Vote twice. He sent out this thing to like.
Man, it's just a couple bad apples, man.
Yeah.
He's talking about the cops. It's just a couple bad apples.
You couldn't have like if there were doctors that had like so many high kill rates at in surgeries and stuff. Like, could you imagine like doctors' offices being like, no, there's only a few bad apples. Like, no, most doctors have their patients survive.
Well, hey, all right. Tell me one time that a cop has done something bad and gotten away with it, okay? Tell me that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, oh, one thing that a cop got away with doing. There's a lot of stuff out there. And then you start sourcing things. I've been seeing these funny stuff on TikTok, but it's accurate. They've been like, oh, there's this people are like, oh, well, show me evidence of this thing happening. You send them like an article from like Associated Press or Reuters or something like very like far center. Yeah. And like they're like that's mainstream news. Okay, fine then. Let me show you government research. No, I don't trust anything the government says. Okay, let me show you academic research. No, they're partisan. It's like it's like they don't trust anything. Okay, what
they try to fit everything to a narrative is basically what it is.
What news
and then when something contradicts the narrative, they have to come up with an explanation.
Oh, well, what news source do you guys trust? Fox News. Oh, that explains it.
And when Fox News is giving Trump heat for telling people to vote twice,
that's when you know it's
bad.
That's
when something might be a bit wrong.
Yeah.
I was at my uncle's and he has Fox News on like 24/7, and they were talking about like, look, the Chinese Communist Party, because China isn't even communist, they're socialist, but
Yeah.
the Chinese government party was like the strongest economy in the world, and we're gonna bounce back from it under Trump's leadership or some shit like.
Yeah.
Well, actually, China's not really socialist. They call themselves socialist with Chinese characteristics. They're straight up capitalist. Like
Yeah,
their entire system is capitalist.
Yeah, they're very. They. They call themselves socialists, but like, nah.
This podcast is gonna be in China.
It's all right.
From all of China. It's gonna get like half of the views.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a knock on. What if this initiates some kind of like international world war? Just the podcast between two 17-year-olds.
Probably. Well, I don't think it would, because we haven't said anything like false or anything like, that neither one of the countries.
Hey, Rocket Man! Hey, come at us!
Oh, no.
Come at us!
No,
Rocket Man!
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, and like, usually a lot of people are like, oh, well, usually I'd stay away from politics, but like, this is affecting people so freaking much. Like,
hey, usually I stay away from politics, but like coronavirus.
Yeah, like, no, people are being forced
You know?
into thinking about politics. Like, lives are at stake.
It's weird to me when people say that politics is their hobby. Like, I feel like it's not a hobby. It's not something that you do in your leisure time. It's just something that people like educate themselves and learn about, so they can make educated decisions on voting and all of that. I don't see how politics is like a hobby, like woodworking or making videos or something.
I don't know. I feel like it could be for people that are using that for activism or things like people who go on to decide to run for office or things like that. But honestly, no. It's for a majority of people, it's not a hobby. Politics shouldn't be a hobby. It should be. And I feel like a lot of times we classify like caring about people into politics.
It's just something you have to deal with.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note,
look, man, I don't mean to talk. I don't mean to talk about politics, but like this COVID stuff, that's pretty crazy.
Oh,
that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to the next.
A lot of people are like, oh, hold on, what if the death count is like higher than the death rate of people in concentration camps, right? Is that like a thing?
I don't think that's right.
I've heard that, but I don't think so either. I think that it's
the number of people affected is larger than the number of people who died in concentration camps. Yes, but total deaths from coronavirus, I think total.
I don't think it's quite there.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that the Chinese
number of deaths in the entire world. My state, New York, it's 32,000, but worldwide.
I was specifically thinking about America, but yeah, I mean, it's because a lot of people are like, oh, like Trump hasn't killed anyone. Yes, he has.
921,000 deaths.
That's a lot. That's way too many than there really should be.
So we're getting close to 1 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there should have been any, but
yeah, there shouldn't have been any.
Yeah. Also, I like how people say like it's only a 0.5% chance that you'll die. Like that's still a 1 in
Right.
First of all, that's not even true. Looking at it right now, 19.5 million have recovered, a million died. That's 1 in 40. It's not that great.
Yeah, honestly, nobody should be dying. Like,
I do find it funny.
No one should be dying.
No.
Well,
Did you hear about take off your
yes, you sent that to
mask
me.
day or something? Did you hear about that?
You sent that to me.
I've seen this. I've heard about this.
You sent it to me the other day. Like, holy what? What is wrong with people? The comments were hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a response. Yeah. Because I don't care about harassment. I'm finding it real quick.
But yeah, so you know,
I find it very funny.
Yeah,
this woman, she ground her child for going to school with a mask.
I saw that. That was funny.
It could be satire. But
that's what I was picking up on.
There's something about it when like their opinion is so crazy that just saying the opinion and people have to think satire or not. That says something about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of headlines out there that'll happen every day, and I'm like, is that like a joke or is that real? Like, to this point, like there are people that could not come up with everything that's going on in the world right now. Like, oh, Mr. President, there's this many deaths going on, blah blah blah. Oh well, they're gonna die. It's okay. You know, we'll send them back to school. There'll be a few of them that'll die.
Andrew, Governor of New York. You hear about him?
The governor of New York? What did he say? What did he say?
So his basic solution for the entire COVID thing is intending on keeping people locked down for years. Years and years, and it's just like a fix-all solution.
Wait,
when the lockdowns were not intended to run this long, and the lockdowns were not...
Wait, you're talking about Cuomo, right?
The lockdowns were intended to last... Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The basic purpose of the lockdowns was for just slowing down hospitals from, like, getting flooded.
Yeah.
Lockdowns weren't happening. Everybody would catch COVID at once. The hospitals would be flooded. The lockdowns weren't to prevent cases. They were to prevent it and make it happen slowly. Flatten the curve is what they call it. But people have totally forgotten about that and just want to use lockdowns.
Yeah. I had this idea. I'm gonna wait for the delay. Hold on. Alright, so
a fix-all solution. We've been locked down for 6 months now. I'm saying why this is relevant. People brought this up in a meeting or some kind of thing, better than death. And they bring up, like, what if somebody can't afford to pay their bill? And people bring up, can't get a job, and they can't get a job because unemployment rates are high. And it's better than catching it. It's better than death. Like, what if somebody commits suicide because they're stuck? They can't get a job. They can't get a job. That people bring up, he's just like, it's better than death. It's better than death.
Yeah.
He's just very dismissive and unprofessional about it.
So I had this idea.
You know?
What if I had this idea? Like, so you know how like how government and businesses, like, it all relies on taxes, right? Like, the only thing businesses at the end of the day really care about are taxes, right? Well, I was like, what if you do like what if like they did a mandatory nationwide shutdown, right?
Oh.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my idea was like, what if they did a nationwide shutdown? They partnered up with like some of the grocery store chains. Like, the government like said, hey, any government or any grocery store chains that will participate with us on this will get tax breaks at the end, like no taxes at all. Like if they suspended taxes for every company that got involved during this, and like they started delivery routes, like they would divvy up different the stores that are participating in like little delivery things, use the employees for delivery people. Same thing goes with like pharmacies and stuff, right? Because like the two things that you need are the two necessities are like food and medicine. So if they were to like set up like a delivery system that they partner with the government on, they could get so much out of this. Like they could shut down everything for a month, obviously have the people that are working at those stores be responsible for putting packages together and whatnot, and have like some of them go out deliver stuff and do like porch deliveries. You know how like Domino's is doing like the contactless delivery stuff. We'll do stuff like that, but with the grocery stores and the drug companies. So ultimately, you can keep everybody in the house.
Drug companies.
You could keep people in the houses for like, okay, maybe shut down for a month, right? Do it for a month, maybe two at the most. And then you could get away with doing that, because I'm pretty sure the cases would drop drastically if people were staying at home, right? If people were staying at home, they had incentives to stay at home. They didn't have a reason to go. You can't. For example, you can't make people stay at home, because there are going to be people that are going to be like, well, I'm not staying at home. You can't force me to stay at home. Although I'm pretty sure there are legal precedents where you could get away with doing that. But these people would be like, oh, I'm not staying at home. You know what? Shut every business down. You can't publicly go anywhere. All these places are shut down. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Just drive on the road? Like, okay, fine, drive on the road. And then you would have these companies that are doing the deliveries and stuff, and you could get away with doing that. There's no negatives to that. I had thought about that at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, well, why can't they shut down everything for 2 months, divvy stuff out between stores? Boom, that's something that's easy to do. Obviously, you would want to close the borders at the beginning as well, so that nobody close the borders for people that aren't like obviously people can come in that are like citizens of the U.S. that were out, because that's something that we ended up doing. But why couldn't we do something like that where
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this as if I'm agreeing with it. I'm just saying like the counterpoint to just forcefully shutting all the businesses down is that those people, you'd basically be forcing them to leave their jobs and close their jobs down. Business owners, and I don't think the population's significant enough. Is concentrated enough and large enough to be significantly for it to. I'm sorry. For it to be like a major concern. But I feel like you could easily set up some kind of like stimulus check for them.
Oh yes,
for the people who had lost.
That was the biggest thing, didn't we?
Give them like $5,000 to work with for 2 months. Let's see if this number is just arbitrary, but like you just give them $5,000 for 2 months that they can live off of. They can pay rent with, and they can pay their stuff with, and assuming that they're responsible people, they have some savings. But, I understand that it's hard to build up savings, by the way. I'm not neglecting that. I understand that completely. I'm just saying that would be an effective solution to it, to take care of those people that are affected by it.
I think that's
and we could afford that if we're not spending taxes on just irrelevant things,
Wait a second. All right. Yeah, so like you said, like we could easily do that, or we could do things like, and I hate this sentence is gonna like be so clickbaity, but we suspend all payments on everything, right? Like, didn't we do that? We did that for like 2 months times with like rent and payments like that. That's
gonna be the title of the video. Xander said what? Something like that. It's gonna be like a red and yellow circle around your face and like an arrow.
Joseph said this. Like, yeah, no, I could see that being a big
and then like
thing.
a shock, like, and then I'm like this, and then like MLG glasses on you or something,
Oh my gosh, that's
and I've got
funny.
like Photoshop, like someone just went into Photoshop and drew like 2 circles on my face. Like the audience can't see what I'm
Yeah.
doing. But
Well, no, if they're watching on YouTube, they can. But no, I could
guess.
see the I could see us like suspending payments for everything, right? Then like you're making money not important. Because at that point, what is the point of making money? What is the point of having money right then and there at that time? Right? Because if these businesses are partnering up with the government to produce free delivery services where they will just deliver like the essentials,
Closing payment.
use
What I'm
census
saying is, Paul,
data.
things do need money to work, and I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. Like we can't pause payments on every single thing because if there's no money being put into something, it can't. It just I don't think it'll work out. I think I'm not saying that the government and the business needs as much money as it needs, and I don't think it needs to be spending the money the way it does. You know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is it still is necessary for them to collect some money to use.
Yeah, and the audio crapped out there, so I'm just going to summarize what you said. Essentially, everything needs money to work, right? Like, nothing's gonna. Obviously, they don't need that much money, but yeah, I see that point. And the point that I was making to counter that is that's why you're having that partnership to get tax breaks and maybe even stimuli. I think that'd be the thing. Stimuli from the government to those businesses, right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, all they care about is money. That's what it is. They just care about money at the end of the day. And these businesses, obviously, there's production costs to everything. And that's ultimately why they need money. That's why the government would be continuing to pay for all of it. But again, you'll have those people. You'll have those people. Where does the money come from? Where does the money for anything else come from? Money is like an imaginary. Money is an imaginary construct. Yeah. Like our money is worth something just because we say it is. Like that's ultimately what it is. The government could be secretly printing money, inflating our economy.
14 and I am deep here.
The government could be
I'm
inflating.
14 and I'm deep.
Our government could be inflating the economy secretly, and we could have no idea. Like, well, but our money would still be worth the same as long as.
We do have an idea.
Kind of. The money would kind of still be worth the same in the sense. It's all about what it's worth to other countries. Well, yes, but kind of. It just depends how they would do it, right? Like inflation is only a thing if people know about it. But it's like we kind of slowly started adding more money to be printed.
No, I think if people inherently value money, and if people keep putting the value on money, if there's more coming in, people will want more money that they're selling for. If a store's selling something for $10 and everyone's able to buy it and afford it, then they might have to raise it so that way they're making something significant, since $10 just comes to somebody like that. Inflation is significant to the value of money. I mean, the value of money is determined by its scarcity. That's basic economics, obviously. What I'm saying is it's still significant.
Yes, definitely.
I think it should be dismissed, basically. Watch on, yeah.
Yeah, and just me saying the idea that money is.
I feel like did you see
me saying that money is a
construct. Sorry. Did you see that?
Go ahead.
It's like a Joker quote. Money is a construct.
Yeah, and I was about to say
the Joker for this episode?
I guess I'm the Joker, everyone. I can't say that because he's like a very homicidal person, and people are gonna start calling me homicidal. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
But no, me saying like money is a construct.
Guys,
People are gonna be like,
please be sure to go on to. Please go and tag at the Xander Brand. You are not homicidal. Like everybody, just do that. Just specifically mention that you're not homicidal.
well, no, they wouldn't tag the Xander Brand. They would probably tag my own Twitter. Like, no, let's not do that. I don't want to get so many mentions.
I feel like what I was gonna say earlier is, did you see that promotion for After Earth, like 6 years ago, where they did like a Google Hangouts call, and like some middle school kid called in. Well, it was like a middle school classroom, and there was this one girl on the mic, and it was like, we really need to start using the reusable things, so that way everything isn't screwed up like it is for us now, and like it's really important that we need to do it like right now, and like I feel like that middle school girl who just didn't know what they were talking about, just was struggling to find the words.
Yeah. No,
It's a really. I'll send that to you so you can put it in right here.
Yeah. But I feel like that comes along with performance anxiety a little bit. Like you're like, well, we should do this thing. We should do this thing. I have had business meetings that went that way. I've straight up had business meetings that went that way.
Yeah.
Where I've been like, well, we can do this thing.
Yep.
We can do this thing, and we can do this thing, and yeah. So this thing, and this thing, I start repeating it over and over again.
Yeah.
I remember doing that with one significant business meeting that.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. But I remember doing this with one significant business meeting, and it was just like, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that has been an interesting episode. I can't believe we actually went on for an hour. Like that was close to an hour. Like whoa.
I'm glad we had a nice lighthearted conversation about very not polarizing topics.
Yep.
Small, light conversation, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I enjoyed being on.
I enjoyed you being on. Like I said, this is my first time in forever doing a multi-person podcast, and I love it so much. Be sure to keep tuning into the Xander Brand because big announcement starting, I don't know.
No, unsubscribe, dislike.
No, don't do that. Don't tell people that.
What if that just gets your channel like permanently flagged?
Yeah. Including a show with Drake Dragsaw here and I will be on a few things. I will be on with Aiden Dunn on that Saturday with this podcast. This podcast will be back.
Show.
This podcast will be back in full force with Aiden Dunn on it as my co-host because I cannot do single person podcasts anymore. What were you saying?
I said that's the show. That's all I said.
Oh, yeah. So we have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of things we're wanting to get done. So please tune in. The more you tune in, the better we get, and the closer we get to monetization, where we can fund things. So that's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see y'all.
We're only 900 subscribers away, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.